Okay, here we are for the next game, which is round 3, where the Orcs of Macabeo Vidal play against the Undead from Niels, aka Fluffy Bunny. Orcs set up without a troll, with half guard, half block, and then a tackle in the guard. Lino. And then on the undead side we have a guard mummy, transient guard white, and surehand wrestle and block ghoul setups. Let's go right in. First crucial part is the pickup fail. I do think the setup with the screening here is fine. Theoretically you could set them up one more space up here, but I think then the problem is if you fail the pickup and it bounces like here, then you can just push this guy away and actually get a more dangerous position for him to even pick it up, so that's fine. The pressure comes in from the Orcs. Well played. We're placing the guards here in the middle, making it hard to push away these two blitzers. And the actions here: get the guard mummy in, block with the ghoul are fine, and then here you need to make a call what you want to do. So you can either assist here, and then you want to blitz with the wrestler from this side and try to push either your own guy or the splitzer here onto the ball. That would be one choice, which is then might be easy if the orc here, if the ball goes like back, then you can easily pick it up with the sure-hander, especially if you push your own guy on it. If the ball bounces to the orcs and on this side, then the ball is just lost. So in my point of view, rather a bit too risky to go that way and risk the bounce. Rather I would try to get all three of them, or at least two of them, away. And this is where of course in this position a guard white would be a lot more helpful than a frenzy white, because now you kinda have the issue that you can't just one dice this guy or this guy, because if you get a push then you get screwed up, especially since here's a guarder, so any blocks with this guy will be quite risky. Nevertheless, I would then go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and try to one dice this blitzer. If you get wrestle or a pow, then it's fine, this guy's away. Ideally, if you get a push, you can still push him here and like stay here, and then you get the one dice into, actually it's still a -2 dice, but you get then at least the one dice. If you get a pow, you get the 2 dice into whatever it is, then -2 probably, and you can take that risk to get this guy down. Then maybe you can get this guy free, and then you have like a chance to get this done. There's also a possibility, actually, if you get him down, you can stand next to him and you can even go here with the 1 dice without block and then push him back here to then get the 1 dice or even 2 dice with this guy on the blitzer. Yeah, I mean, if you rather say, well, I mean, I need to have this because also here there's a lot of pressure, you might also go for the push. Well, what happens next with putting this guy here just doesn't help at all. I mean, then you rather risk the 3+ dodge first if you say you want to keep this guy before moving, dodge away here and try to assist. Nevertheless, this would still work with a chain push here, but then unluckily we get the wrestle and the chain push doesn't work anymore. So yeah, now what to do? You can 1 dice this guy into -2 dice, and that's not much more which you can really do. That worked luckily. And then you get another garter in and just try to pick it up. Well, yeah, I mean at this point, when this has happened, I think it's fine we played, but I think for sure here 2 dice if you want to go for the push on the ball, or try it this way, but it would have been still quite tough as well, so not sure. Then the ball bounces all the way back, Orcs can pick it up. Then I like the turn here where you really try to take a little bit of risk here with some 1 dice to get these ghouls and get this guy away, so you can actually get through with the ghouls with the blitz here and put a lot of pressure on the ball. That's very good, I think, and probably is then also the winning move here. Whether you want to have this guy back here or whether you want to put more pressure with this ghoul, I guess it's about even. I think this is also fine, because otherwise you suddenly have a pass and he's gone, so yeah, that's fine. Then this is the turn where the Orcs failed the dodge here, otherwise it would have been quite nicely and safe. Even had a reroll for that, but didn't work, which of course opens up the game here for for the ghouls, nicely blocked free to not having to dodge. I'm getting there. Just a moment. So here you can't really get an assist to block him 2 dice. This guy can only go 1, 2. I mean, theoretically you could 1 dice him, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and then block this and blitz with this guy. But then the problem is, if you don't get a POW, you still have to dodge away. So I think it's better the way you played it. However, this guy here that goes down here, of course, he has no guard, and he has guard probably overlooked. I always advise, by the way, on Fumbbl, to just with shift click you can mark players and with a text, and just put a chief or guard. Usually that's what I usually do when I play games. You can though just go down here, you get 2 assists against 1, you can block this guy and he would be free, and then you're free to do the dodge blitz play without the dodge. Here you have to dodge now, and then yeah, push him away. Even if it's a push, you still get there and can pick it up. Well, that's fine. Then this guy is blitzed again, but the pickup is failed, so then here you have to kind of 1 dice and then either pick it up right away or then dodge with this guy and pick it up. Probably I would go, if you block him, I would probably then not pick it up yet and do it with the dodge, but both are fine. Of course, if then you double skull here on the blitz, yeah, that will not help at all. And then here an interesting thing, instead of just picking up and going in, getting the more ghouls in. Of course this one is fine, which doesn't need any dodges. Then the dodge fails for the shorehander, but since it's only turn 6, it's fine because you want to stall anyways. But a bit of an unlucky bounce could have lost you the score here maybe, but I still think it's fine. 2 turns with Blizzard, 4 Orcs against Undead is tough, so it's fine to score in turn 7. Against a faster team you probably would have wanted to stall out another turn there. Yeah, not much you can do against the Blitz, so second half with the Orcs. Yeah, pretty standard, and then you get a bit more pressure, and after this turn where it still looks very solid, and the next turn you get a lot of pressure. And I mean, to say here, I like that. Well, here's not much pressure yet, but somebody's on the ball and the way is closed, which always makes you then think, well, what do you want to do, right? You can either block this guy away and dodge away from the ball carrier to break through. If you decide to blitz away the one next to the ball so you don't have to dodge with the ball, then you won't get through. It's only turn 2, so probably don't have to dodge through yet. However, against Undead it's not gonna get much easier. So if this were actually a block, Bob might actually think about it. But yeah, you opt to not do it, which is fine. And here, from just a point of view, safest gauge from my side would be here, 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 which would then need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the blitzer to actually close that cage. If we look then what happens, it's a bit different because you follow up here and you then do the one dice, which is fine, but you kind of move all your players down a bit, and then you suddenly lose the screen of this side because of this guy, so you have to move one more with this guy, and also he that blitzed, he just stays here. I think he should rather have been here to close the cage, because now what happens is of course the cage is open and these movement 7 ghouls, they can just go in and try the one dice if they want to, and that happens. It's only a push, but it puts on a lot of pressure on the Orcs here. Then this turn I think is probably a most crucial turn for the Orcs. So you have a couple possibilities that you need to think about here, right? So one is you can say, okay, if I blitz the blitzer here, and if I block the ghoul and get him down, and if I can then block the mummy as well and get my ball carrier free. That's one possibility. Another possibility, of course, is to just say, well, I mean, I'm just gonna block this guy over here, and then again if I need to, so I have at least a way free to dodge away here, and I can actually use my blitz for something else. Other possibility would be to go from this side and say, okay, I'm gonna blitz here this guy and chain push the mummy one back, so I can then actually block this guy away and he hopefully falls, and then the whole side over here is free. And then another possibility is to do a similar thing but blitz the ghoul here, chain push him over here, then you get this player right up here next to this guy, and then you can just block away the guarder, and then you also get your ball carrier free. So different possibilities, and I always prefer to have the ball carrier free than having to block with the ball carrier, especially if you still have other guys next to him, because what then happens here is you block this guy away, you can't get out, so you need to block the ghoul, and then you do a bit of blocking. He falls down, but you don't, well, I mean, you do have a guarder, you do put in the foul, the foul afterwards, but it's not very secure. I mean, also here you have a one dice possibility. You get easy guard assist here with the mummy on the ball, so actually it's a 2 dice as soon as you bind these two guys. So even instead of fouling, I probably would have just closed up here, because he is a guarder, so if he wants to blitz he has at least -1. Yeah, so not the very best position here. And I think if we look again at the start, you still have a quite a big overweight here, where you could probably relatively easily like if you do the play here, 1, 2, 3 guarder, even if you only get a push here, right, he can and still either dodge away into the cage, or you can opt to still block the ghoul away and just stay at least here, but have these players, have this guy blocked and have this screen him and so on. So I think you should aim to move your cage over here. Yeah, well, I mean, it's always easier afterwards, but I think these are the tricky situations when you have a situation like this, to spot quickly what is possible, what is a very good position with a bit of risk, what is a solid position with almost no risk, and what is just kinda I'm just gonna do all the blocks I can and then see where I am, right? Which is obviously not the best position. Another alternative that you need to think about, it won't be very successful here, but theoretically you could block this guy through here, right through the mummy, and push the mummy like over here, and then block this guy and then actually dodge away here. But obviously, since there's two ghouls here and you can't really pull anybody afterwards, and that's not a very good option either. So yeah, you give away the this chance, and very well played from the Undead, I think, also to block him even here next to the mummy to get the 2 dice right away. Needs the reroll, gets only a push, but can still get another 2 dice even in. To get the ball free, and get a lot of tackle zones next to it. Then very well played. And let's just go back here quickly. Then yeah, the unlucky 1 dice with the push, and otherwise could have picked it up. It goes a bit back and forth, and then the only thing I can really see is on this turn here, when this guy double skulls and you suddenly get the easy block here and the ball bounces all the way over here, I just don't see why you would not want to pick it up with this guy here. I mean, yes, I mean he still has to commit to block this guy, but he can now easily just block him with a non-tackler, because all he needs is a push. But if you get the ball, then with this tackler he needs to get another guy to get an assist, and even then he needs to stand up with this guy, and this guy can't pick it up afterwards, so he only has 1 blitzer left to pick it up then. Yeah, so definitely better even if you don't pick it up, and there's not much like after this action, like right here, there's not that much that you can still do which would improve your position really. I mean, yes, of course you're still going to take blocks when you pick it up, but in case you fail, I don't think you're in that of a bad position, because this guy's not going to get free next to mummy most likely. You need to commit to get this guy down. If you picked up without the reroll, you could even consider doing another go for it to get out of the tackler's range. So definitely pick it up here, I think. Yeah, and then yeah, I mean you go a bit more back and say, well, I mean I need to defend here. But yeah, which is fine. But you see here, I mean, you get your guys pushed, you get this guy pushed away, and then he even has I mean, yeah, he does get probably the same play on the other possibility, but he still needs probably a reroll to get you down, so at least maybe that pass would have already failed on the go for it, which gives you a lot better odds. Anyways, well played here, still well done from the Orcs to get the touchdown in and tie the game. So I think pretty solid play, a couple very tough positions where it's always arguable what is the best way to do it, and one or two from my point of view clear plays like picking it up there I think should really be 80% the better option, and the other one with getting a little assist on to not have to dodge. I mean, yeah, it's little things, usually not game deciding, but sometimes they are, and over 16 turns of course they add up. Yeah, that's about all I can say for this game. Very well played.